Whoa, what's good, siblings? It's Shit Talking Sunday with the bros. I'm your bro franchise. I got my brother Gutter with me. Look, if you're new to the channel and you like today's episode, make sure you subscribe and comment, make the community grow. If you're already part of the family, welcome back. Gutter, what we got for him today, babe?
Man, in wild Negro news out there in TV land, aka the internet, uh Shannon Sharp, another interview, and I think what's his name, Ryan Davis, had him on and was talking about his daughter and I guess him and his daughter's relationship. And yeah, he said something that was, I guess he has a right to feel that way, but I, as a father, and now you've been a girl dad longer than me. I only been in it 3 years. I'm not quite there yet, so you'll probably have a little bit more insight. But he was talking about the transactional relationship between him and his daughter and how it broke his heart. I mean, it'd probably be best to just hear what he said.
All right, let's cue this up and let's see what Ryan got.
Look like they're like, what are you doing? So but me and her, like, I have a great co-parenting relationship. Now, it's so tough.
Early on, it is tough because you're both young.
Yeah,
You
it's
both
so tough.
and you both want to be right.
Yeah,
That's the hardest part.
it's a lot harder to be more right than them.
Because you don't realize you tugging, but you're not pulling at each other. You're pulling at the child.
Yeah,
And that was the hardest thing. But I want to be right.
her need to be right was greater than mine.
She probably would say your need to be
It's
right
so
was
messy
greater
with
than
that
hers.
laugh.
Nah, she can be honest. Like it depends on how mad she is. If she's not mad, she can be honest about it.
Right.
The things like she's just like I'm mellow. She's on the opposite side. So she's a volcano.
Well, that's why you guys worked in the
That's
beginning.
why we work. Yeah. So, but like we're just working through like getting our custody agreement together now. And I told you I'm gonna be more candid on here than I've ever been. I never talk about my co-parenting situation, but whenever I have two children. I have an 8-year-old son and a 10-year-old daughter. She's about to turn 11, and it's been rough. I've been there every step of the way financially. I haven't always been there the way that I should have physically, but I wasn't always allowed to be there like I could have been physically too.
But those are the sacrifices that you got to make because it all depends on how successful are you trying to be.
Yeah.
It is hard because the greater the goal, the greater the sacrifice needed to reach said goal.
And nobody talks about what it is to be in this space. I appreciate people like Kevin Hart and others who give candid interviews because you don't know, nobody prepares you for what it is to fly to a city, a bunch of people to a city you've never been to, a bunch of people paid, got dressed to go enjoy what it is that you do. You enjoy what you do, you love what you do, you take that money home and you give it back to your children and their mother for them to have a better life, but the children don't feel as close because you're gone to go do this thing. Yeah. She feels abandoned or feel like she's doing it on her own. Because even if you're doing it financially, you can't supplement time.
No.
And when you're carrying the load financially, you don't want to hear nobody talk about how you not doing your bop. What? Taking care of 3 households.
Exactly.
I'm not doing my part. It's hard for you to, it's hard for you to see.
Because time is the most valuable commodity.
It's the most valuable commodity. So then I ran into this thing where my daughter went from I love my dad to let me see what I can get out of him. And when she started looking at me as access to like material things.
You were an ATM. Now all of a sudden you weren't dad, you were an ATM.
Broke me. broke me because it was like I only want to be around him if I can get something out of him.
So let me ask you this: Did you
Stop
sit
it
down
right
and have a
there.
conversation? How did you
Stop it right
come?
there. Stop it right there. Stop it right there. Stop it right there. I done damn near knocked that and over cause see, I'm glad I was about to say you ain't have to play that much of, but I'm glad you did, and I see why you did because you had to get that kind of
You had to get the
lead up,
context and lead
right?
up.
Which even more so, right? The two key things he said that I was there financially, I wasn't there otherwise,
Mm-hmm.
physically. Which means if you wasn't there physically, you wasn't there emotionally, you wasn't there no other kind of way other than when I'm here, I'm dropping off some money.
Mm-hmm.
How else do you think this is gonna go? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So yes, when the kid grows and if all they ever see you is Christmas, birthday with gifts and presents, then when they get older, that's all they gonna expect.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when you become an adult. If you having a mental health crisis, you're not about to go to the bank. You only go to the bank for financial reasons to get some money. So if all you are to to your child, your daughter specifically in this, take it right now, and I'm gonna let you speak on it because you with E more to that point now where she more defining how she view you off of how you've raised her, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I'm in that space where I'm trying to create that. You feel me? With your nieces because they 1 and 3. So even now, yes, they probably going. I mean, come on, bro. They supposed to what they could get out you the one that give them stuff. You they access to everything. Like so, but if you're not feeling the love, that mean they ain't feel it from you. Like if you weren't there for them to support them and nurture them mentally, emotionally, spiritually, whatever, then they not gonna come to you for that comfort. They not gonna exude that with you. Your relationship not gonna be defined by that. Like I yell at your nieces now, bro. And immediately after I yell at them, they come giving me a hug and they want to direct. And it blow my mind sometimes because I never was like that. My parents yelled at me. I didn't want comfort from the person that yelled at me. I ain't
Yeah.
want comfort from the parent. But your nieces, especially that oldest one, your goddaughter, like get on her, maybe tap her thigh, and she 2 seconds afterwards, she coming, Daddy, I love you. Like so. I'm there physically, emotionally, but and they always want that. Well, it's a sacrifice. That ain't necessarily got to be the case though. Like, especially in this day and age. I mean, it's different if you talk about early '90s, '80s, and back. You had technology and all this cameras, FaceTime, video, Skype, and all that. Come on, bro. So that to me, it's a cop out for him to even say that. Like, I feel him. He getting it off his chest. He got a right to feel that way. But uh in the words of Percy Keith, that's bitch nigga shit. Like, come on, bro. Don't like can't all right. So can you give her what she want? Like I mean, because you're gonna regret it more if you don't. I mean, you hate it if you can't. Then you'll be complaining about you can't, So, you
Mm.
know,
I feel him. I feel him. I felt where he was coming from. Not the same because it is a sacrifice. I think, man, it's a lot of times I thought about just moving or like just getting out of a different state, and I sacrificed like what you're supposed to do. I feel like as a parent, but I sacrifice shit just because like I don't want to sacrifice that time, and I feel like another nigga some opportunities. Nigga, like, fuck that. I'm going, and I can't blame a nigga for that. So I think his perspective is you get in the bag, you send the bag home, you thinking you doing this shit right. You not thinking about the time and the moment that you sacrificing, but as they grow over and then or as they grow older and then shit, you don't know. He said they got a good co-parenting relationship, but you don't know on the other end what kind of cookies they being fed on the other end when all the time
Oh,
over there.
no, no, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
But
So now it's like, oh, that it is that age. Like it's coming upon me. Like I be telling E, I'm like, man, it's gonna be a point. It's shortly here that you not gonna be under me like this, and that shit gonna rip me to pieces.
damn near
And
everything you say gonna piss off.
it's no avoiding. I don't, man. Nigga got so many niggas when these girls get to a teen, it's just no avoiding it. It's gonna change. You know what I'm saying? It don't mean you love me no less. You just gonna be doing your own shit, and that's cool. But his daughter and my daughter are about the same age, so that's kind of wild as at 10, but shit, he been providing a different type of lifestyle too, and then you ain't there, nigga. You know, I mean, you've
That's
been putting
also
out.
that's also why I feel like it's kind of early for him to feel that way. Because I don't think she really like let me see what I could get out of him. She just like, oh, my daddy got money. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Man, look, when I was a kid, my parents, like I've said this so much, my parents ain't never buy me no Jordan. But I was like, come on, bro. I know such and such got them. I'm knowing y'all making more than that. But my parents was old school. They didn't spend money on stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My parents was older than a lot of my friends' parents because my parents, you know, Miss Jackie and Mr. Fate was late 30s. My dad was 40 when he had me. So by the time I'm asking for Jordans and stuff, this nigga damn near 50. He not about to spend no back then $120, $150 on no tennis shoes,
Yeah.
right? But I knew they could have. And I'm not gonna lie, as a lot of times that shit pissed me off. Cause I'm like, you know, why? I do it for your nephew now, man. Hey, bro, hey. I told him the other day because he didn't messed up at something in school. I'm like, say, bro, you look in that closet right now. You got like 10 pairs of shoes, and not no any pairs. I'm talking dunks. He loved dunks. You got dunks, the Lego dunks. You got some new pair of Jordans for Christmas. Just bought you a pair of Kobe's. You know what I'm saying? You got all these shoes. I didn't have that. I got one pair for when school started. And it didn't, and I'm not saying that like, oh, I was poor, struggling. No, because I had two parents. That's another reason. I was like, a lot of these kids ain't got no dad at home. They got this, that, and the third. Here, I got two parents with two good paying jobs, but they just didn't spend the money on me like that. And I mean, to the effect that also helped me out because it didn't make me spoil or nothing like that. But they could have. And sometimes I wanted some Jordan. Sometimes I wanted the video game when it first came out, stuff like that. So that's just a child. Like, he making it like she trying to manipulate him. Now, if we talking 15, 16, 17, then yeah. Because then it does become more transactional at that age. Hey, you do well in school, get you what you want. As long as them grades stay up. As soon as the grades come down, I ain't getting you nothing. You know, but he can do it. You know, he said he made the sacrifices to be able to do it. So that's gonna be the relationship. I mean, you know, like you said, he provided a lifestyle that we don't know about. So you don't know how kids gonna react. But I think at 10, bro, she's not manipulating him. She's not trying to see what she just this how she grew up. Now his job is, can he say no at the right time? When it's time to say no.
But that's what he's saying. That's what broke him. So it's like, if I tell you no, you ain't fucking with me when you should just always be up under me. You see what I'm saying?
Oh well, I mean
That's
that
what.
is
Yeah, that's what's like. Damn, you just only fuck with me when I go, huh? You heard me? Like, so I feel him. I feel him. I ain't never really tap into dude, but watching this interview, I'm like, all right, I kind of fuck with
okay.
this
I'm
nigga.
gonna say this, and this from a father son type of side. I never forget what my daddy told me. He said, "Hey, bro, you go to jail. I'm not coming to get you." He like, "I'm not putting up nothing I work hard for no major mistake that you make." And I was like, "Damn, that's fucked up." And you know that there was at a time, a point where this actually happened, and he had to be kind of convinced to come get a player. but,
Yeah.
but I got a little slice of that with Jace because I was on Jace about something over like a 3-week period. He just kept making the same mistake over and over again. And I give him a grace period because he a kid, you know, he a kid. But I be having to watch him now because he on these doorsteps of these teens. And so as I'm getting on him one of the last times, I'm like, oh, you just doing this just because you just like, fuck it. like, like this ain't on no kid shit. This on some you are cognitively disobeying me. So it was with school and his grades was bad. And I was like, look, bro, I'm not about to jump off the bridge to save you. I'm gonna let you drown. If you just gonna sit up here and not listen to me, I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
let you drown. I'm like, I'm not. I got your sisters that I got to deal with, that I got to raise.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not about to sacrifice. And I thought about that. If he came home with some bullshit that put them in danger, you got to go.
Yeah.
You know, he and I mean Ryan Davis gotta understand that it ain't gonna be, and I think that's the web that he might be caught in. He
Mm-hmm.
ain't there, but he paying all the money. So now he trapped in this vortex of I gotta pay this money or they gonna and if they emotionally detached from me, then that exposed all my insecurities because I wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas me and you, 10, 15 years down the line, one of our kids be like, man, my dad ain't what? He ain't who? He
Yeah.
wasn't well. And if you want to go with that story, you could go to hell on. Like, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So that's why I kind of understand. I understand why them old folks, you see them old folks be like, man, I don't mess with him. And that be their child. Like, look, I raised you and you went that way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So he got to get to that point. But like I said, it's one of them, you make your bed, you got to lay in this situation. That's kind of what parenting is. It's kind of like, you make a bed, you formulate a child, and you're gonna make mistakes, and it's gonna leave a scar, and you got to deal with it later on. And I'm speaking as the child in this situation from my own, personal
Mm-hmm.
conundrum. So uh he in a tough one, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I think
and
the
I'm not
best
saying
the best part about what like his realization of it is that he catching this at 10 as opposed to 15. So now he can make his adjustments to do whatever necessary, well, like for lack of a better word, repairs that need to be, for the relationship. So that's an early point to catch it for real. Like that's an early
you
point
know
to catch
what? He ought to make an effort to try to be there a little bit more. Like, just even in the slightest, just being there a little bit more will help the situation, because it's one thing if I tell you no and I'm on the other side of the country. But it's another thing if I could tell you no and then you gotta be with me for the whole week.
But that's what he say, like past this point, that's what he talking about. Like that type of shit. Like being there more and just being more cognizant
Right.
of those type of things. So
Right, right,
I
right. But like
I
you
fuck
said, it's
with him.
good. It's good that he caught it. Because
Mm-hmm.
if he would have like been like, oh shit, and she 17, 18 years old, that cake might be baked.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and you can't unbake a cake. So he here's the thing. And like we was talking about this, uh uh his situation ain't that bad. Remember, we were talking about Corey Holcomb. Now
Mm-hmm.
you look at his situation with his daughter and where that's at. And like that's just like a whole different type of situation. And like I said, like, I don't really like, I'm not a Corey Holcomb fan, particularly because I compare him and Ari Spears, uh, two guys that's gonna say the wild shit to try to spark a reaction. Um, I'm all right with Ari Spears, but I really I'm not a fan of Corey because I don't really believe Corey Holcomb. He just be talking bullshit a lot of the time, especially when it comes to women. Like, first off, my nigga, I don't really believe that he just, with the bitches and all that. Like, nah, like you ain't player like that. Like, I don't get that vibe from you. But even then, when he started talking about his daughter, he calling his daughter a bitch and all this, and this, that, and the third.
Oh, for
But
real?
huh?
I said for real.
Yeah,
I,
like,
I
oh,
don't watch him at all, so I don't know.
he went in from like a whole like malicious side. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, Ryan Davis kind of was on some like I'm in a situation with my daughter. Like I got to
Mhm.
figure out how to fix it because I'm not liking where this is going. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
and like that's all our daughters are gonna ask us for stuff. All our daughters are gonna have this kind of ATM kind of thing where if I need it, I can ask my daddy. Like for us though, we get the emotional side. So I get what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? And even in this moment, I kind of sympathize with him a little bit more. Cause like what you know, when you said what you said about, he kind of stuck. It's not that he's upset, but more so, like he said, he kind of heartbroken. He's
Like,
stuck.
damn. But you look, you hang up that phone, he probably in the hotel room by himself, like, oh, he in his feelings. You heard me?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah,
bitch,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
damn, bitch, I done fucked up, but fuck it,
Hey,
he in it
flip
now.
side though, at least nigga, at least you got the money, you can give it to him.
Yeah, I mean, he in it
It'd
now,
be a
so we
whole
gotta.
different situation if you couldn't.
Mhm. Mhm.
but but you look at like Cora Holcomb calling, and I'm pretty sure she not completely innocent in the situation, but this your daughter, dog. You the father. You know what I'm saying? As a father, I feel like we as fathers should be able to control these situations for the most part. For the most part, control these situations with our children. And so, like I said, I'm just 3 years into the girl dad thing. And I'm like that now. I want to give them whatever I do stuff for my daughters I never did for my son. And some stuff, even the stuff I did do for Jace, I do it for my daughters to even further extent.
Mhm.
Coming home with big stupid ass doll houses on random Wednesdays because I was in Walmart to go buy some orange juice, but I saw this doll house that's $80 for no reason. And,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? And just buying stuff for them, just getting them stuff and I'm there for them more emotionally than I was for him. Of course, the situation is different, obviously, even from a custodial standpoint. But just being there for my daughters more than I'm not saying more, but in a different type of way. And it's different. Like it's different. Like it's just different. Like the way I see them react. You know what I'm saying? You told me all this, like, bro, you're gonna have to go hard on them, but then you gotta go soft, and then
Mhm.
and I'm seeing it now. Cause with son, you just hard, all hard, toughen
Mhm.
up, hard. And even with Jace, I was a little bit more soft than most dads because he had the heart condition and surgeries and all that. But yeah, with these girls, like it's like you gotta really be delicate and you gotta kind of tiptoe with them,
Mhm.
And so I say I commend him, being honest and being open, and as long as he's trying to fix it, you know what I'm saying. But I I think what I took issue with was the whole like thinking like he trying to get, and maybe that's how you feel, but I don't think she's just trying to get nothing out of him. And I don't think you should feel heartbroken either. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you still in it, bro. Like it ain't over with. Like you said, she's just 10. So, it's and like you made another good point. You don't know what she hearing when you not there. So she might be being told
Mhm.
you the ATM. Like
Mhm. Call your dad,
literally,
ask your dad.
literally, ask your daddy. Like,
Ask your dad.
you know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro. Like, I respect him. Fuck niggas like Cora Holcomb though. Cause you don't like the mama, you don't like the child. Like that's some that's some baby mama shit. You know what I'm saying? So, uh, that at least he ain't in that space. But see, this is not taking care of this at 10 leads to the Cora Holcomb type situation later on in life at 21 if you don't take care of it
Yeah.
because you can't do that. You can't sustain no type of relationship forever. I'm raising my kids so they can have good lives, but on the back end, so they doing well off that I could come live at one of their house when I get too goddamn old, rather than
Mhm.
going to a nursing home. Like, you know what I'm saying? Why I like Landman. He let his daddy come stay at home. His daddy said, all I gotta do is watch the sunrise in the morning and watch it set at night. I ain't gotta do it at the nursing home. I do it in my son's house. Like
Yeah.
straight up. You
Yeah.
know. So hey, shout out Ryan Davis, bro. That's real, bro. Hey, you gotta respect fathers getting on there being, we don't have that too much, Niggas be suffering in silence.
Niggas suffering in silence for real. Like on
On
some
some
real
father
shit.
shit, dog. We might have talked about that on a nice little Father's Day episode. Maybe get a little panel together or something. We know too many fathers in all kind of different situations. So, you know,
Mhm.
dudes be suffering in silence, man. You know, and it's because you get trapped in that whole the man gotta do, and you know, I'm blessed. You know, my wife pulled way more than her own weight. I'll be honest. I wish I could wake up tomorrow and be like, hey, she ain't got to go to work no more. But we ain't there yet. But you know,
Mhm.
we'll get there. But some dudes really stuck in situations where they not getting no help. But the flip side of that too is you made that bed, my nigga. Ain't nobody tell you go shoot up all these different goddamn clubs,
Yeah.
or even shoot the same club up too many times.
Yeah. 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 Niggas to shoot up a club quick. Yeah.
It's serial club shooters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's
SCS.
should be so situational, dog. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Man.
bro. Like, hey, and that's the thing. You think it's so complex and perplexing in different angles. You think you the only one going through it, but then no, it's a bunch of dudes going through it.
Mm-hmm.
But then all them dudes going through it from different degrees and different angles and different levels.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, cause you got the dad that got the kids that ain't getting no help from the mama. Then you got the dad who ain't got the kids, who got the help with the kids, can't see the kids. Then you got the dad who just done said fuck it all together because he can't get with the mama. You know what I'm saying? And oh man, so you got a lot of fathers, suffering in silence, and it's sad. So, but I think I don't know. I mean, are there avenues for fathers to, there's stuff for mothers we know. Hell, there's whole programs and buildings a mother can
Mm-hmm.
walk into, but can a father do that? I mean, because and I'm talking real about this because with Jace, it's been times where I had to deal with Social Security, and they was like, "We'll only talk to the mother." I'm like, "Well, why
Mm.
you can't talk to the father?"
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. That's fucking crazy. Right.
so are there? It's just it's societal, it's culture. So the culture has to change in order for any of the structure of the institutions have to change. But that's gonna take fathers to do more stuff like what Ryan Davis did, and they have to be more intentional and open about, hey man, I'm struggling with this. Cause you hear mothers all the time, man. Women get on live and on social media all the time and will be brutal. They'll get ate up for it, but then people not being empathetic or sympathetic. But they'll be like, hey man, I'm tired of these kids. Or they'll be like, hey,
Yeah.
whoa. A man can't do
Man
that.
can't do that. Man
boy,
can't do
they'll,
that.
boy, they'll crucify your ass.
Yeah. 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 Man can't
Deadbeat.
do that. Yeah. You a deadbeat out the gate. Not even, they don't even know the situation. You heard me, you a deadbeat out the gate.
Oh man.
That's
Hey,
crazy.
we're gonna have to revisit this with some more outside opinions. This is a really a bros topic, and really I feel like inspired in the moment. This should be a bros initiative. We might need to make a father's corner or have some kind of situation where we can have dads come on and tell their stories, man, because it is a lot. We don't get a
Mm,
lot of different perspectives of how, and it's a new day and age, bro. Dads is taking care of their kids, man. We here. Studies have
mhm.
shown that we are the most present fathers in modern history. I mean, I ain't trying to toot my own horn, but I'm on all my son paperwork, all his insurance, all his school, all his everything. I'm the one check his grades. I go to the parent teacher conferences. I'm at all that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Even when his mama ain't, and I'm not saying she don't come to nothing, but I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm the domiciliary parent. You feel me? Use a legal word on their ass. You know,
Mhm.
fellas, and you word of advice, bro. Go get a lawyer, dog. Pay the money. If you really talking about you want your kid, ain't no amount of money gonna stop you from paying for that lawyer to go in there and get that child. Because if you go in there with a lawyer and you pay that lawyer that money, you're gonna get Lawyers win cases, but if you pay them their money.
Yeah. Yeah. Facts.
especially these civil matters.
Yeah.
Like they take care of that if you pay that money, dog. You'll figure out any other type of way. You better figure out, dog. Hey, I did it. I struggled. I even got back. Listen, the situation was so I understood this because as I was paying, I was winning. When I stopped paying, shit stopped going my way. I
Yeah.
made a phone call. I said, hey man, I got the rest. Case closed. What do you
Mhm.
need? What do you want?
Yeah.
How do you want this to go? You know what I'm saying? And I showed up with a lawyer. And because you got a right as a father. And
Mhm.
especially, man, make sure your name is on the birth certificate. That's
Facts.
that's the first thought right there before you leave
Facts.
out the hospital. That's my name on that paper with her with my or him with my name on that paper. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So, hey, if you want them, go get them, bro. If you want your kids, go get your kids, bro. Shout out to all the fathers that's taking care of their kids. Shout out to fathers that's trying. Fuck the fathers that's not.
I like that Father's Corner. That's out of here. We're gonna do that. That
Yeah,
Father's
for
Corner
real.
out of here.
For real, for real. We'll build it up. Do some small stuff, some small, talking head stuff, and maybe build it up for something
Mm-hmm.
special for Father's Day. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not a lot of safe spaces for fathers, bro. Like,
Mm-hmm.
cause I ain't gonna lie, I ain't got no complaints with my kids, man. Like, and I'm gonna say yet because my kids definitely have to get older, but uh, it's definitely stuff that I would get off my chest. It's definitely questions and stuff I would want to ask, other fathers that have been through stuff, especially the girl dad. And I'm always talking to you about it because like I say, it's different. Raising a son is easy, dog. Raising a son easy. You got to worry about them on the back end.
Yeah.
Worry about them. When they off being a man. Finding their own way and all that. Just make sure they don't get lost or get killed or nothing. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But them girls, bro, it's like you know, somebody will be like, "Oh, you grooming the dog?" No, man, I'm molding
More than
my daughter.
more than a relationship. Yeah.
That came out my nuts, like,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. More than a relationship. Like it's man, it's just so crazy. I see shit now that she acts certain ways
see you,
at, at different, but
see you.
that's how I she understand that now because when we talking about certain shit, I be like, look, you like me like this. I be like, man, I talk to her like this. I be like, bro, some days you just be looking like I don't feel like talking to none of these motherfuckers, huh? And she'd be like, mm-hmm. I was like, I recognize that and I just give you your space because guess what? I don't be feeling like talking to y'all motherfuckers either. You feel me? So she fuck with that though. Like, you know what I'm saying? She fuck with it. I get her. And now she understand like, damn, I'm kind of like my dad with my moves go or just, you know what I'm saying, how she act in certain manners. But I don't know. I just be trying to relate to her and just I always keep an open line because as she get older, you gonna talk less, but I just need you to know the important shit. But you could come over and you can holler. Like, as long as you know, I know that every day high school, you gonna get aggravated. Nigga, ask me this shit every day, bitch. Good, bitch. I don't feel like talking about school. I'm ready to get on this phone for my friends, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Take me to the mall, nigga. Like, I get it. But the important shit, you gotta know. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know.
Like I
Whatever it
said,
is.
keeping her comfortable so that when something does happen where she need to talk, she
Mhm.
feel comfortable and safe.
And no judging. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I ain't got time
yeah,
to be.
yeah.
I'm just gonna
Man,
keep it
look,
platinum with. Now they don't mean you ain't gonna have consequences behind shit. But I ain't everything ain't about you getting in trouble. We just talking. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Mm-hmm.
I tell Jace that I just told him that the other day. Like I said, we going through something with school, and him, he, because that middle school eating his ass up, dog. Like it's killing him because he broke down the other day. He like, but we got homework every day. I'm like, yeah, bro, it's
Mm-hmm.
middle school. Like, and the shit got to be right. They ain't about to just give you no A because you did it and you put your name on it.
Right.
Like, bro, no, you got to learn and show you like so. He I had to get with him and tell him that and I be like him with like what you said, like I'm like, hey bro, you like me with this, so you gonna have to do it like this if you want to succeed and you want to do it right. And then when a problem come up and I find out about it on the back end, I tell him, I'm like, look, man, I didn't feel comfortable telling my parents nothing because me and them had a disconnect in communication because I didn't understand a lot of the stuff they did. I was like, I tell you and give you a reason for everything that I do because I want you to understand me. I also give you a space to tell me how you feel so that you understand that you can talk back to me. Like, you can talk to me. I'm like, bro, if something's wrong, come tell me, dog. I got a partner who lost his daughter. And from what I understand, it was because of suicide. And like I be thinking about that, bro. I know how to, we know how the world is. We know how the mental process can get. So, and you my son. So I know your mind probably could be wandering and running. So come talk to me, bro. Like, just understand it ain't no judgment. Like, if you scared, I'm not about to be mad at you because you scared. You know what I'm saying? If you depressed or, even if you happy, whatever, you know, that go back to the whole when my student asked me about what I care about my son being a crackhead or being homosexual, that whole thing. I was like, man, I don't want my son to be no crackhead. I don't I don't care about him being gay. That's his business. I'm like he the one person that I'm not gonna be worried. Like, I could judge everybody else off that. They not my child.
Yeah.
My child, I'ma love him regardless. I'ma love him if he get a crackhead, but I don't want to have to deal with that shit.
You don't have to deal with them problems. He still can flourish for sure.
Yeah,
Like
man.
crackhead, the
He
odds of
might
you
be
flourishing as a
he
crackhead
might be
is
a
crazy.
gay millionaire. I love it.
Yeah, right.
like,
For
but
real.
I don't. What? Yeah, I'm like what you really thought I was gonna say. I want him to be a straight crackhead.
Yeah, right. The crackhead
Like,
is
nah,
not dope.
man. Like, but I'ma love him regardless. Like, so, I don't care what he does. As long as he's trying. Tell him that all the time, bro. I don't care how it come out. As long as I feel like you tried your best. But like you said, keeping the open line of communication and making them feel safe enough to talk to you. That's probably the most important thing. You know what I'm saying? And that's where Ryan, back to to where we started. That's where Ryan Davis at. He I think he see the forest for the trees and he understand that it could possibly, man, I know with me and Jace, man. Jace my best friend. Jace, that's Bubba, bro. That's my BG. Like, we good. Like, I'm almost even to the point now, if I had to move now and sacrifice some time, it'll be all right. Cause he 12. He know who his pops is. Like, he know what it is. So if I went away for a year or something to go work somewhere or something, it'll be good. Not so much with his sisters, but it'll be good. But I know I never lose that line of communication with him. We got a bond. And I think that's what Ryan Davis is afraid of. And that's the part that he's talking heartbreaking, is because I have a very fragile emotional relationship with my daughter that could be severed and I could not talk to him again. And I could lose that relationship. And I could say that from a child side, because I look at me and my mom, we talked every day, literally twice a day. I called her about everything, told her everything, maybe to a fault. Probably was one that probably played a little role in why my first marriage didn't work, because I talked to my mama too damn much. Like, too much on some mama's bullshit. I admit it. But we went from that to I don't talk to her at all now after we fell out. So, you know, and we didn't know how fragile the relationship was. You know that. Like, that got exposed later on. But so I can imagine how he feel when you see it. You feel me? You see it at 10 that, man, I got this fragile relationship with this little girl. And he got to walk on eggshells, man. He's like he walking on thin ice with her.
With a bro, you know. You know. Hey. With a bro, you know. You know.